Hey guys, it's Emma here, and I have my recent read slash favourite read for January. I read a lot of stuff in January, so let's just get right into it. Got my Goodreads app here, and let's just start at the start. For New Year's Day, the first thing I read was Motor Girl. That was the omnibus. That's a comic that my partner has that I hadn't tried yet. I read a couple of manga that he has as well. So I read Stitch and the Samurai Volume 1 and Volume 2. Another comic that he has, the Super Crooks Book 1, The Heist, and a couple more comics here, Birthright Volume 9, War of the Worlds, and Volume 10, Epilogues. That finishes out that series that we've both been reading and enjoying. I also read one of his bigger collections, Sonic the Hedgehog, the IDW Collection Volume 1. Then I got back onto my books that I've been sitting waiting for me to read. So I read Sucker Punch, which is Anita Blake, volume 27. I've been collecting this series, well, forever. As you can tell, it's on 27 now. And there are like little offshoots every now and again. So yeah, there's a lot in this series. So I was reading the latest one that I hadn't got around to reading yet, and that was volume 27. And one of the comics that I got for Christmas, I think, it's the Dollhouse Family. And then one of the offshoots I was just talking about of the Anita Blake CDs, so this was Raphael. It's a much shorter one than the kind of like normal full-size books. And I read Stormfront. Now, I think that was on the Kindle. No, it wasn't, sorry. It was one of my charity shop pickups. That's what it was. It was a novel that I picked up at charity shop. I finally read that. It's been sitting there for a while. Now I'm on to my Kindle Unlimited ones to get my money out of the month. So they were all quite short though this month, just to get through more basically. So I read 100 Word Horrors, an anthology of horror drabbles. Now, if you're like me and you didn't know what the hell a drabble was, it is basically a story that is 100 words long, exactly. So nothing more than 100, nothing less than 100, exactly 100 words, which was really interesting to read. So yeah, there's a few of them. So this was the first one that I read, and then another Kindle Unlimited book underneath, another Kindle Unlimited book, The Man with All the Answers. Then one of my secondhand books from my Abominable book box, I think this was like one of the first ones I got, and it's been sitting for like a year now, and I finally got around to reading it, was a heart-shaped box. Then one of the books from my fiction box of stories, The Woman of Primrose Square. Then a couple more of my partner's comics, so I read Alpha Girl Volume 1, Fallen Angel Volume 1, and Fallen Angel Volume 2, Down to Earth. Then another one from my fiction box of stories was City Without Stars. Also from my fiction box of stories was A God in Every Stone. And then I was trying to read some of the Abominable Book Club boxes, books that I hadn't read yet, because I usually try and read them each month before the next one, but I hadn't got around to reading them. So the last book I read was The Cottingley Cuckoo. As I said, that was in the Abominable Book Club box, and that was December's one, I think. But yeah, that is everything I read in January, so as you can see, it's quite a lot of stuff. So I did have trouble picking my favourite read for this month, because there were so many good books. I mean, it's tricky. I read a lot, and a lot of them were really good, but I think it's come very close. So I think it was basically, I had it between Sucker Punch, the Anita Blake book, and Heart-Shaped Box. I think it was really between those two were my favourite two, but I think what I'm going to have to do is give it to Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill, because I just really, really loved it. I was so sucked into it. I just really wanted to know what was going to happen next. It was scary. Basically, it's about a rock star, an aging rock star that kind of likes all this like weird, crazy stuff, and he buys a ghost online. It's not eBay, but it's like eBay. And he ends up buying this ghost. So the person who sold him the ghost sends him this dead guy's suit, because she thinks if it's anywhere, it's in the suit, and it's her dead father. But then, I mean, not a spoiler to say, yeah, there's a ghost. So the rest of the book is kind of figuring out how to get rid of this ghost, why it's there, and it is interesting, and there are mystery elements to it of like who this guy is and how he relates to this rock guy. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I just thought it was really, it kept me going, it kept me wanting to read more. I didn't want to put it down. And it just ended up being a really quick read because I just couldn't stop reading. It was really well written. I haven't read a lot of Joe Hill. If you don't know, he's one of the sons of Stephen King. I haven't read a lot of him, but I have read a few things that I've really liked. That Dollhouse comic was one of his company's comics. I don't think he wrote it, but it was definitely the same kind of vibe. So yeah, I just really liked it, and I recommend it. If you haven't read it, give it a read. Joe Hill Heart-Shaped Box. Give it a read. It was freaking awesome. I really loved it. So yeah, that is my recommendation. That is my favourite read for January. As I said, it was close. There were quite a few good ones. But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Pop any comments down below. What do you think? Have you read any of these books or comics? Do you like one more than the other, or better than the one I picked? Let me know in the comments below. Share with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you next time, guys. Bye!